to date on happenings around you, and to make that easy for you, ladies and gentlemen, we present Freshlight, where we bring fresh newspaper headlines to the limelight. Mondays to Saturdays, 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Watch, like, subscribe, and make sure your notification is activated on our YouTube channel. You can also like and comment on our pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Al-IyamoyeTv and radio.
It is a lovely Wednesday morning from this angle, and I believe it is wherever you are watching us from. Welcome to Freshlight on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Today being the 13th day in the month of September in the year 2023. My name is RISQAT SULAIMON, and welcome to Freshlight, where we bring to you national dailies and we read to you the major stories and headlines. I won't be doing this alone. I have with me in the studio.
Welcome to Freshlight on Al-IyamoyeTv and radio. Another episode of Wednesday. Today I'm SOWOLE MOSHOOD. Thank you for watching us.
Alright, on Freshlight today we have copies of newspaper in the studio. We have the Nation newspaper, the Vanguard, and the Punch newspaper. I will be kickstarting Freshlight with the Nation newspaper this morning. On the Nation newspaper front page, federal government targets inflation cut with 50% FAC savings. Page 11 captured this story. Cargoes for evacuation to decongest Lagos port. Page 11 captured this particular story. Flood storm kills over 5,000 in Libya. Page 5 captured this particular story. Trade between Nigeria and EU grows to 45 billion euros. Page 11 captured this particular story. Picking the bold headline this morning: crisis rocks Ondo Exco over Akeredolu deputy field. You can find this on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. Burial for Akintola Williams next month. President orders mourn icon. Governor fires deputy governor's aides. Ayedatiwa, I remain loyal. Commissioners SA jail trip. You can find all this on the Nation newspaper this morning. UBA posts 404 billion naira half-year profit. First Lady donates 500 million naira to 500 families in Plateau. Page 6 also captured this particular story. Wike moves to sanitize Abuja land administration. Page 4 captured this particular story. All of this story you find on the Nation newspaper this morning. Going into the details.
The first story on the Nation newspaper this morning: crisis rocks Ondo Exco over Akeredolu deputy field. The protracted threat between Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu and his enshrined deputy Lucky Ayedatiwa is taking its toll on the state executive council. There was apprehension yesterday among commissioners, special advisors, and other aides as the governor fired the deputy governor's aides. The governor, who last week returned to the country after 3 months medical leave in Germany, may reshuffle the state executive council to weed out members who were suspected to be disloyal during his absence. Many aides are jittery over the impending reshuffle, which may take place immediately after the governor's return to Akure next week, is so said. It was learned that Akeredolu was sad that some of his aides caused serious tension in the state while he was away by sponsoring some reports that embarrassed the government and the ruling All Progressive Congress APC chapter. According to his source, the chief of staff, Chief Olugbenga Ali, and about 6 commissioners may be dropped for allegedly working against the interest of the governor. Crisis rocks Ondo Exco over Akeredolu deputy field, the Nation newspaper.
I'm picking my first story on the Nation newspaper this morning. I will be kickstarting in the United Arab Emirates. We have our lives back, says Nigerians in And Nigerians living in the United Arab Emirates have said that the lifting of the visa ban on Nigerian travelers by the oil-rich Arab nation has brought back hope and light to them. They explained that before Monday, when the ban was lifted, many of them with work permits feared being forced to return to Nigeria. They praised President Bola Tinubu for reaching a pact with his UAE counterpart, Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, that led to the development. Tinubu was hailed yesterday by Senate President Godswill Akpabio for the end of the 10th month visa ban. Two of the Nigerians residing in the UAE said that many did not understand that there is a direct correlation between the visa ban and work permits. And one of them, Oluwadeji, who has lived in UAE for over 2 decades, said when the ban was announced, a new visa and work permit policy came into being. He said there is a new visa issuance and labor card renewable terms for people working in UAE. Many Nigerians have temporary work permits that last for 2 years. For those working in a free zone, it is used to last for 3 years, but now everything in 2 years. To read details of this, you can pick the Nation newspaper this morning. It has this headline: "We have our lives back," says Nigerians in UAE. The Nation newspaper have this morning.
Still on the Nation newspaper, one dies in NURTW factions clash in Abuja. One person died yesterday as two factions of the National Union of Road Transport Workers (NURTW) clashed on Sapele precinct of Ladoke Akitola Boulevard in Abuja. Source said supporters of NURT President Tajuddin Barua marched to the union's secretariat occupied by the Lagos Park Management Committee led by Tajuddin Agbede. As you may be aware, member of Lagos Park Management Committee led by Agbede forcefully occupied the secretariat a few weeks ago, displacing the president and other executives. Therefore, supporters of the president mobilized to forcibly remove Agbede and his group. However, they were met by police blockade, resulting in violent confrontation. Shots were fired, an eyewitness said. Barua has been seeking intervention from the police and the Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) to resolve the situation. "We shall not hesitate to defend our mandate," Barua vowed, accusing former NURT leader of illegally occupying the secretariat. He accused former union president Najim Yasin and Agbede, former national vice president, of holding illegal meeting with the past leader. Barua alleged the police seemed to favor Lagos Park Management Committee. One dies in NURT faction clash in Abuja, the Nation newspaper. Last story on the Nation newspaper. We moved on to Vanguard newspaper.
Moving forward on Freshlight this morning, we'll be picking another newspaper, which is Vanguard newspaper. On Vanguard newspaper front page, we have CBN orders bank to save gains from FX revaluation. Page 13 captured this particular story. UBA records 371% increase in profitability to 404 billion naira in H1 23. Page 8 captured this particular story. Nigerian bound goods can now be cleared in Cotonou. Federal government, Benin Republic says. Page 8 captured this particular story. UAE visa ban lifting with transform stock exchange. This is coming from Otedola, and page 27 captured this particular story. Abductors of Akwa Ibom NYC members demand fresh 200 million naira after receipt of 30 million naira. Page 6 captured this particular story. Picking the bold headline on the Vanguard newspaper this morning: 2023 budget in danger as crude output crashes by 470,000 BPD. Page 5 captured this particular story. UN partners Borno NEDC to resettle 2.2 million IDPs in Northeast. You can find this on page 13 on the Vanguard newspaper. On boundary dispute, reps to cede Adamawa territory to Cameroon. You can find this on page 27. Tinubu orders immediate payment of deceased soldiers' life insurance. You can find this on page 9 on the Vanguard newspaper. FG to governors. Focus on agriculture value chain to tackle poverty. Page 8 also captured this particular story. Why I accepted short-term contract with NFF. This is coming from Pesero, and you can find this on sports column page on the Vanguard newspaper. And lastly, on the Vanguard newspaper this morning, restructure or reconfigure. This is coming from Afe Babalola. You can also find this on page 23 on the Vanguard newspaper. All of this and many more news you find on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Going into the details.
The first story on the Vanguard newspaper this morning: Shetima to represent Tinubu at G77 summit in Cuba. Vice President Kashim Shettima on Wednesday departed Nigeria to represent President Bola Tinubu at the G77 plus China leader summit in Havana, Cuba, holding from September 15 to September 17. The Director of Information Office of the Vice President, Mr. Olushola Abiola, in a statement says Shettima would join other world leaders, including the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, at the summit. He said the summit would deliberate on development issues facing members mostly from the global south. The summit will equally explore proactive way of addressing challenges facing the development of the member states, leveraging science, technology and innovation to enhance socio-economic growth. Also, Shettima will on sideline of summit hold bilateral meeting with other world leaders to promote Nigeria's trade and investment relations in line with economic development, diplomacy of the President Bola Tinubu administration. Shettima to represent Tinubu at G77 summit in Cuba, the Vanguard newspaper.
Still on the Vanguard newspaper and moving to Katsina this morning. Katsina recruits 7,325 new teachers, announces refresher programs. The governor of Katsina State, Malam Diko Umaru Rada, has directed a one-week refresher training program for the 7,325 teachers newly recruited into the Katsina civil service. This is to ensure they are well prepared for their roles in the teaching profession. Upon the conclusion of the one-week refresher course, I will personally present them with their employment letter. The Rada said this. The Katsina governor made the remark while receiving the report of the ad hoc committee for the conduct of recruitment and examination for Health Power. The 11-man committee led by Dr. Sabiru Dahiru Yusuf, which was inaugurated on July 11, 2023, said the recruitment of the over 7,000 teachers followed their remarkable performance in an aptitude examination and interview conducted by the ad hoc committee. To read details of this, you can pick the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Katsina recruits 7,325 new teachers, announces refresher programs.
And lastly on the Vanguard newspaper this morning, Datskem Plaza, not an illegal structure, management. The management of Datskem Plaza yesterday debunked the claim by the Ogun State government that the plaza has no building approval, saying it was duly approved by the Ogun State government in 2009. The five-story Datskem Plaza, owned by the wife of former governor Olufunke Daniel, was partially demolished on Sunday by agents of the state government. The Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, Al-IyamoyeTv Abiodun, had earlier explained the state government's position as to why it's hard to demolish the plaza. Faulting the state government position, the Datskem management said, "We read with utter dismay and bewilderment a post-vandalization narrative attributed to one engineer, Al-IyamoyeTv Abiodun, Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development, trying to justify the wanton destruction of Datskem Plaza on Folagbade Street, Ijebu-Ode, in the dead of the night on Sunday, 10th of September 2023. The fact that the writer could not append his or her name nor sign out of the content, but only attribute to the permanent secretary is sufficient enough to accord it an response. But for unsuspecting members of the public who are keenly following the event, it has become important to make some explanation. In a set release, they admit that Datchem Enterprise Limited applied to an office building located along Ibadan Road, Ijebu, in 2009 with registration number CB05299-2009. Datchem Plaza, not an illegal structure management. From there, we go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we give you details on the Punch newspaper. Don't stay with us.
Thousands have been disappointed severally in their bid to seek greener pasture abroad. To those quack in the traveling agency business, it is a rocket science. That is not our case at Tausaf Travels and Tour. We have in-depth details on how to successfully, without stress, help you process and secure your visa to anywhere in the world. Do you want permanent residential visa, visiting and tourism visa, student visa to places like Europe, America, Asia, Africa? It's no big deal to us at Tausaf Travels and Tour. Our years of experience and expertise speaks volume for us. Let's process and secure visa for you to UK, USA, and Canada within a twinkle of an eye. We offer Hajj and Umrah services to our Muslim faithfuls. What are you waiting for? Consult us at number 9 Tausaf Central Mosque, Sholanke Street, behind Laroy Hotel, Abiola Way, Abeokuta. 0802 733 0900 or 0806 578 4060. Stop wasting money. Pay for peace of mind. Talk to Tausaf Travels and Tour.
Gbogbo aláfẹ́ tó gbayì tó fẹ́ wọṣọ yìí ṣoge tó bágbàmú ló ń kọjá lọ sí House of Zayana. House of Zayana, the name I know when we talk of top-notch fashion, quality materials and class. House of Zayana, lẹ́tí máa rójúlówó Turkey wears, Egypt and Malaysia clothing, Dubai, àwọn designer bags lóríṣiríṣi, àwọn ìtẹ̀lẹ̀ bàtà tó jiná tí wọ́n fawọ́ original ṣe, àwọn aago kajọ́ tó ń ka wákàtí ọjọ́, designer sunglasses and perfumes, pẹ̀lú àwọn gbogbo nǹkan tóbìnrin àsìkò fi ń gbafẹ́ lò gbà. Mo débẹ̀, ojú mi ń ṣe kámi, èmi ni ó rà, èmi ni ó mú. Gbogbo ẹ̀yin mùsùlùmí ẹlẹ́sìn tẹ́ gbòógì gbọ́n pa fashion tẹ́ wá nílò jàlábíà, hijab àti àbáyà lóríṣiríṣi. House of Zayana lẹ́ ò ti rí gbogbo ẹ̀ rà. House of Zayana wà ní 52 Ọlọ́run ṣògo road, adjacent Redeemed Church, Agape Parish, Ọlọ́run ṣògo Abẹ́òkúta. Lórí Instagram, House of Zayana 08165688618. House of Zayana, ilé ìtajà tá a ti ń tojúlówó aṣọ àti nǹkan aṣaralóge tí ń gbéni níyì.
There's still fresh light on Al-IyamoyeTv, voice of the voiceless. We've looked through the stories on the Vanguard newspaper and the Nation newspaper. Now we are moving to the last newspaper on the show today, which is the Punch newspaper. On the Punch newspaper front page, we have Nigerians to clear goods from Cotonou port. This is coming from Customs. Page 30 captured this particular story. Despite serious challenges, Nigerians believe in democracy, oppose authoritarianism. Page 3 also captured this particular story. Tinubu orders probe as 901 die in 61 boat accident. This rather story is on the Punch newspaper on the page 15 on the Punch newspaper. Picking the bold headline, post-subsidy talks, Labour threatening indefinite strike, gives 1 week ultimatum. Page 2 captured this particular story, giving a bag of rice to 12 people, 100 million naira to each lawmaker insulting. This is coming from Labour. Government has absconded from negotiation table, fails to meet workers' demand, says NLC. One dies as truck crashes on Lagos Bridge. This sad story, you can find it on the page 5 on the Punch newspaper this morning. UBA grows half-year gross earnings to 982 billion naira. Page 18 captured this particular story this morning. Car washer steals customer's vehicle 3 days after employment. Page 4 also captured this particular story. And lastly, on the Punch newspaper this morning, Libya flood, Morocco earthquake death tolls hit 6,000 victims. Page 15 also captured this particular story, and you get to see on the Punch newspaper the picture of the accident that happens, which involved the trucks crashes on the Lagos Bridge. All of these and many more you find on the Punch newspaper this morning. Going into the details.
At the first story on the Punch newspaper this morning, post-subsidy talks. Labour threatens indefinite strike, gives 1 week ultimatum. Barely 1 week after leading a 2-day nationwide warning strike, the organized labour on Tuesday threatening to begin an indefinite strike should the federal government fail to meet its demand at the end of a 21-day ultimatum, which will expire in approximately 1 week time. The workers' union said the proposed strike was necessary following the failure of the federal government to provide palliatives to assuage the Nigerians' hardships as a result of fuel subsidy removal. The Nigeria Labour Congress said the industry action, which may commence any day from next week, will lead to an indefinite shutdown of commercial and economic activities across the country. Speaking with the Punch newspaper on Tuesday, the National Assistant General Secretary of the NLC, Mr. Christopher Oyinka, said the FD was wrong to share a bag of rice to dozens citizens while reportedly giving 100 million naira palliative to each member of the National Assembly. The union at September 1st handed down a 21-day ultimatum to for FG over delay in sharing of palliatives, saying it might be compelled to declare an indefinite labor action if its demand reanimates. Post-subsidy talks, Labour threatens indefinite strike, gives 1 week ultimatum. The Punch newspaper.
Still on the Punch newspaper, car washer steals customer's vehicle 3 days after employment. Just 3 days after being employed at a car wash in Isheri area of Lagos State, one Issa Mohammed had been arrested by the men of the Lagos State Police Command for allegedly absconding with and attempting to sell a Toyota Camry given to him to wash. It was gathered that men of the Rapid Response Squad nabbed the suspect on Sunday, September 9 of this year. Punch Metro learned from a statement by the State Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hudein that the suspect has already moved all the identification linking the car to the owner when he was caught by the RRSC team. According to the Superintendent of Police, the 22-year-old suspect was arrested when he went to link up with the buyer to sell off the car in Agege area of the state. Hudayin added that the RRSC led by Olayinka Egbeyemi will be charging the case to court immediately after the investigation was concluded. To read this, you can pick Punch newspaper this morning. Car washer steals customer's vehicle 3 days after employment. Punch newspaper punches is out this morning. No, you know you were planning to hire
Me?
yes, to hire workers. So I think you need to investigate them very well before you hire, so that they won't run away with your property.
No, you can't really say. They don't want this right on forehead. So nobody knows. Quite unfortunately that he lost his job, and I know the police will dealt with him.
Of course.
I'll stay on the Punch newspaper. Nigeria singer Mohbad dies at 27. Nigeria artist Ilerioluwa Oladimeji Aloba, aka Mohbad, is dead. The former Malian record signee reportedly died on Tuesday at the age of 27. Music executive Ovia shared this sad news on his X page. Ovia on Tuesday evening confirmed Mohbad is dead. Sad day, he tweeted. Also, Nigerian rapper Olamide Adedeji, popularly known as Olamide, shared a tribute message on his ex handle. Damn, Mohbad said in another tweet Olamide posted. This live said. An old video of Bella Smeda saying Mohbad was battling mental health issues recently surfaced online minutes after the reported death of the singer. Some of the popular songs of the singer include KPK, Peace, Mama Johnson, Pariwo, and many more. Informed of the cause of his death and where he died as of the time of finding this report was skeptic. Nigerian singer Mohbad dies at 27. The Punch Entertainment color.
Still on the Punch Entertainment page, on 2023 MTV Awards, Rema beat Davido, Burna Boy, WizKid to emerge first winner of the Best Afrobeat Award. Nigerian music star Divine Ikubo, popularly known as Rema, emerged winner of the first Best Afrobeat Award at the MTV Video Music Award in Newark, New Jersey, United States of America on Tuesday. Rema won for his collaborative efforts with international star Selena Gomez on the new record Calm Down. The organizer of the show unveiled the Best Afrobeat category in the 2023 edition. Rema's Calm Down was nominated alongside Burna's It's Plenty, Davido's feat featuring Musa Keys Unavailable, Arasta Rush, Libenka Peoples, WizKid feat featuring Arasta's Two Sugar and Fireboy DML Bandana. So, Punch newspaper punches it out this morning. 2023 MTV Awards, Rema beat Davido, Burna Boy, WizKid to emerge first winner of the Best Afrobeat Award. A big congratulations to him. And this is where we call it a wrap on Freshlight this morning. Kindly like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube page and other platforms.
Thank you for watching Al-IyamoyeTv on video. Your Freshlight. Do join us tomorrow again. I am SOWOLE.
And I am RISQAT. Thanks for being part of today's show.